calories, I consume those many calories in 4 minutes. So just imagine how much are we really consuming? How much are we not taking? Welcome back to Lifestyle Nutrition with Brian Diamond, and today we are going to learn about calorie surplus. So what is a calorie surplus? But before we head into that, I want to just show you, I'll pop it up in the screen right now, my YouTube channel banner art. This is what it says: eat or drink whatever you want and still lose weight. And you see the little bracket over there in moderation? That's my motto. Moderation is key. Whatever you do it in moderation. So now when you think about it, how do you know what is moderation? How do you know what is moderate eating? How do you know that you can eat anything and still lose weight? The only answer to that is quantified nutrition. I made a video about that almost a month ago. Click this card right here to find out what quantified nutrition is and how easy it is. Now, what is a calorie surplus? Last week I put out a video called What is a Calorie Deficit? So a calorie deficit is when you eat below your maintenance calories, and your maintenance calories is basically your TDEE, that is your total daily energy expenditure. There's an entire video on that. Click this card to find out what TDEE is. It's very important. So now, if this is your maintenance calories, if you eat less than this, it is a calorie deficit. So if this is your maintenance calories and if you eat more than this, that is a calorie surplus. So what happens when you fill your car fuel tank more than its capacity? It's going to overflow. The same way, when you eat more than you require in a day, which is your maintenance calories, when you eat more than that, you are going to gain weight. It's simple math. And when you eat less than that, you're going to lose weight. So now if you want to know what calorie deficit is, if you missed that video, click this card and find out what a calorie deficit is. And that's very important for weight loss, by the way, and fat loss. Now, coming to a calorie surplus, if you eat anything above your maintenance calories, you will absolutely gain weight. However, that should be consistent. The same goes for calorie deficit. Only if you're consistently doing a calorie surplus or a calorie deficit will you gain or lose weight respectively. Now, people say,
hey Brian, how do I know if I'm eating less or more?
simple, quantify it, weight, track it. And people say,
oh, it's so hard to track, it's hard to track, it's so hard to track. Oh my god, it's so hard to track. No, I cannot track.
that is just a mental block, because once you start tracking, it's just like brushing your teeth, becomes routine. And if you want to find out what calories mean and why they're important to you and why you should track your calories, click on this card right here and find out why. Now, there is something called LBS, that is licks, bites and snacks, because these things happen very easily and very quick on a daily basis. Your friend, your co-worker, your parent, someone gives you a snack or a chocolate and you just have a bite, or you just have a lick of a piece of cake, icing off the cake or something, but you don't know how much that damages you in the long run when you do this consistently. For the licks, bites and snacks, for example, now a calorie deficit, you can achieve a calorie deficit in 3 ways. That's also explained in the calorie deficit video. You can go check it out. However, for a calorie surplus, it only happens when you overeat or overconsume calories. It could be eating or drinking, that is solid or liquid calories. So now let's go to a very live, real-time example that I'm going to show you right now. So these are Bounty. I love Bounty. I mean, chocolate. Who doesn't love chocolate? I love chocolate. I love coconut. Now they made this in one, and if I were to show you, this says per piece, which is 28.5 grams, it gives around 139 calories. So when these guys who sell these chocolates themselves put it on the back or the front of the pack, why do you not track it? Because when you have it here right on this, that's more than enough. So it's nobody's fault that you're gaining weight. It's your fault because you're not tracking. So you cannot blame anyone. I mean, there are so many factors other than willpower or knowledge about calorie tracking and all of these things. However, I'll create videos on that in the future. For today's video, it's only calorie surplus, and that happens when you overconsume calories. So now each of these, there are 2 pieces in this. Each piece is 139 calories. Now, since I love it so much, I'm going to eat it right now on the video, and I'm going to show you how many calories I gain. So this one piece is 139 calories, 28.5 grams. That's what it says. And I'm going to eat this. If you've made it to this part of the video, put down in the comments down below what your favorite sweet or snack is that you can eat anytime, every day, and that you like to snack on. I just finished one pack, which is 2 pieces of Bounty. Now I'm opening the second one and let's see how many calories that is. That was a little under 4 minutes, and I just looked at my tracking app. It's MyFitnessPal is what I'm using right now. I just looked at the app, I looked at my diary, I input it earlier before starting the video. 4 of those pieces, that is 28.5, around 104 grams. 104 grams of this Bounty chocolate cost me 556 calories.
556 calories. That's a lot.
My daily calorie intake for a calorie deficit to lose weight is 2,291 calories. So 556, that's a little less than 1/4, almost 25% of my daily calorie intake for a calorie deficit, to be in a calorie deficit to lose weight by just eating 2 chocolates. It's almost 20. I don't know, like it's 20 something percent. Also, I just did the math and that's 1,440 minutes in a day. I ate 556 calories. I consumed those many calories in 4 minutes. So just imagine how much are we really consuming? How much are we not taking account of? How much are we losing by not tracking? We're saying that we don't have time to track. Wow, that's so crazy. That's insane. If you subscribe to this channel, what you can expect is weekly videos on nutrition, weight loss, tips and tricks on how to attain sustainable weight loss and how to maintain that weight loss once you've achieved it. So what are you waiting for? Subscribe. And I have a major sweet tooth, so I could have chosen something else. I could have chosen to bring Rasagullas, which is my favorite sweet. I love Rasagullas, and if I brought Rasagullas, I would have eaten an entire jar, maybe 10, 20, 30, I don't know. I don't know, I just lose it when I eat Rasagullas. So because I'm controlling myself, showing some restraint, I brought in chocolates when I know I can control myself. I mean, you can eat whatever you want as long as you eat it in moderation. But I know myself, and I know that if I eat Rasagullas, it's not gonna happen. So that's why I tend to stay away. I mean, I love pizza as well. However, I can control pizza. It's all a matter of choice. And why calorie surplus is very important for you to know is because it's an integral part of calorie deficit. Because if you don't know that overeating or over consuming calories is a calorie surplus and that leads to weight gain, then how can I expect you to understand that a calorie deficit is consuming less calories and leads to weight loss? So you get the picture, right? And thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one.